I am my own mountain. I am the person that is keeping me exactly where I am. I didn't have to wait to retire to live my life. I have never made this much money in my entire life. Happy New Year, YouTube. Oh my goodness. I know. It's been forever since I have been over here on this platform. But I promise you, I miss y'all. I promise you that I have been working. I am fine. Thank you to those of you that were concerned, to those of you that were trying to figure out, like, where am I? Why haven't I been posting? And to be completely honest, you guys, 2025 was such a full year for me, and it became like the different platforms and the different streams of income all started crossing. It was like, it was becoming a lot. So we're going to talk about it in this video. This video is going to be an update video on just what's been going on in my digital marketing business, what's been going on in my other streams of income businesses, and all of like everything. God has been amazing last year and has already been amazing this year, and it has just, let's get so I know you guys have been just thinking about like where I am, if I'm still doing digital marketing, do I still have my other businesses? And the answer to that has been yes, and yes. Okay. At this point, y'all, honestly, I don't think that there is anything that anyone can do, or there isn't an amount of money that someone can give me to trade my freedom and the life that I'm currently living to go back to having to clock in to a job that I hate, right? To go back to living a life where I did not feel fulfilled, to go back to where I'm having to fake it in corporate America. Now, if I'm offered the right number with the right flexibility, I might consider it, right? But as of right now, if you cannot match or top what I'm currently making, I am uninterested. You guys know that I have multiple streams of income. Digital marketing is one of them. I also have a compliance-based business. I also do pre-employment, so things like drug testing, background checks, I-9 verification. And I'm also doing HR automation now. So when I tell you guys, it's been a lot going on, there has most certainly been a lot going on. And I have a mentorship community for my notary page. It's not like an official mentorship community because we don't necessarily go anywhere outside of the platform, other than when I'm doing like workshops and things like that. But I have built a following, a family over on TikTok and my notary page. We are almost at 6,700. I'm gonna put the screenshot somewhere right here. Life has been so good, so full. Pros has been, of course, the income potential. The pros have been not the income potential. The pros have been what I'm making. I have never made this much money in my entire life. Okay, I have never made this amount of money in my entire life. That's all I'm gonna say. I would say the pros to multiple streams of income in 2026 is going to be your freedom, autonomy, just being able to live life on your own terms, to not have to subject yourself to living a life that you don't feel fulfilled in for the rest of your life, or for up until you are having to retire. So many pros that come with multiple streams of income that it is absolutely insane. I won't say that I've never been this happy, because it's not the wealth, it's not the money that is bringing me the happiness, but to know that, like, it took me a while to get here. There were times where like I had businesses and I was just trying to figure it out this whole time, and could not figure out for the life of me like what I was doing wrong. And I didn't know that in that period, God was literally making deposits in me with things that I would need later on down the line. And so if you have like been working on starting a business, or you are in a business right now and it's challenging for you to either get started or it's challenging for you to stay consistent, I'm telling you right now, I am the walking, talking, living, breathing proof of what is possible, because there is no difference between me and you, right? The only difference is that I learned the strategy. I figured out what works best for me. I learned how to monetize my life. So when I say digital marketing, I'm not talking about master resale rights courses and all of that stuff. I'm talking about monetizing my life, right? And when I learned to master the art of doing that, that alone in itself positioned me to really have no cap to my income, right? I literally, in digital marketing, you guys, I work 3 hours a day, and I don't want to give y'all too much because it's none of y'all business for real. I love y'all, but I would just say a $500 day working 3 hours is $500 a day is a low day for me. That's all I'm gonna say about that. A $500 day is a low day for me. And to even say that out loud is crazy. Hello? It's crazy. So literally all I did was I started taking the money that I was making from digital marketing and investing it into my other businesses. And y'all, it has been phenomenal. I ended the year making money. I started the year making money. I have made thousands of dollars in this space. Okay. So let me give you really quickly just some of my no nonsense, this is what you need to do strategy so that you can go and do the exact same thing. So a lot of the things that you have heard people that have been this successful say, I am going to say that most of it is exactly what it is. It's like how important it is to be consistent, how important it is to have the right strategy, how important it is to continue showing up, right? And of the three, strategy and consistency is the absolute top two. Because if you have the wrong strategy or consistently doing the wrong thing, that's not going to be helpful. If you have the right strategy, but you are not consistent, that is also not going to be helpful. So I would absolutely say like strategy, having the right strategy and being consistent can 1000% get you to where you are trying to go. In addition to getting out of your own way. So let's talk about it. What I found is that a lot of the times when things don't work out immediately, we start to get discouraged and we start to feel like, oh, this is not working for me. But it's not that it's not working for you. We get in our own way and we self-sabotage ourselves because we allow our minds to literally talk us out of the things that God has for us and talk us out of the things that He is preparing us for. I've been primarily spending a lot of time with my notary community, and I have them reading Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, because once you start reading Napoleon Hill, that's when you know your life is literally about to change. I read it last week for like my third or fourth time. It's on Audible, and it's a 5 hour, it's a quick read, right? But it really does help you identify the reason why you have been stuck, the reason why you have been fearful, the reason why you haven't been confident. Like it really does break down the assignment that the enemy has on your life. And so I do have them reading that book. But in all honesty, you guys, what I feel has contributed to this level of success is the fact that I was determined to make this work. It wasn't an option for me because I knew that I did not want to have to work all of those hours and all of those years to retire and still not be able to live my life, right? And I shouldn't have to wait to retire to live my life. Even if I did make enough money to retire and live my life, I shouldn't have to work this amount of years to live my life. That is not the design God intended for me. You have to get to a point where you realize, like, I am my own mountain. I am the person that is keeping me exactly where I am. You only know as much as you know. You know what you know, and you don't know what you don't know, right? And our minds can literally work against us, and it can have us procrastinating and self-sabotaging and all of the things, right? It makes us feel like we are inadequate, like we cannot achieve a certain level of success. And that is the furthest from the truth, right? The reason why people feel like it's not working for them is because they're doing the wrong thing. I can give the information, but I cannot force anybody to do the work. Right. And I've learned that it really does require me to decide that I am no longer going to be the person that holds me back. Right. And I know that's difficult because when your mind is trained to do something, when you have been doing something the same way for your entire life primarily, now when you are trying to start to do something different, it is not going to get on board right away. It's not. You're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel like it's not working. You're going to feel like you're wasting your time. You're going to feel like you're incapable. All of those feelings and all of those thoughts and all of those things are going to come up. But what I'm so grateful for is that my journey and everything that I thought was a failure, it improved my character, right? It improved how I looked at failure. And I realized that failure isn't failing unless you quit, okay? Failure is not failure, and you don't fail until you quit, right? Everything outside of you quitting is research and development. It's R&D. You are getting the information, applying what needs to be applied, and letting the rest fly, right? And so it's not failing. And a lot of the times when we don't see the immediate results, we start to get frustrated because we like to see immediate results, right? And so we end up going back, doing the same thing. We go back on the hamster wheel. We quite literally could be off of the hamster wheel and so close to the next version of our lives, but we get frustrated and we stop at the wrong point, right? We get frustrated and stop right when we're about to tip the iceberg, and we literally walk back and get right back on the hamster wheel and get right back into that cycle, right? And I'm not gonna lie, there were times where I didn't necessarily feel like, I didn't know if it was working. Like, I didn't know if what I was doing was working. I didn't know if what I was doing, if I was qualified to do it, but I was determined to not get back on that hamster wheel. I gave somebody this example yesterday or one of these days. I told them, I said, it's just like people that are incarcerated, right? If a person has been incarcerated for a really, really long time, they are conditioned to operate in the ways that they operate in the jails. So when they come outside on the street, they feel like a fish out of water. It's too much for them. They don't like the level of freedom, the level of, like, they need that certain level of structure. So they end up doing something to get them back in jail. Right? It's called being institutionalized. And what most of us don't realize is that that's exactly what's happening in our mind, right? We are literally walking back into the prisons of our minds because it feels uncomfortable doing anything else, right? But the discomfort is not a sign to stop. The discomfort is not a sign that it's the wrong thing to do. It just means that it's not something that you are used to. And confidence is earned. It is not built, Okay, confidence is earned. You never feel comfortable when you walk into the gym, or confident when you walk into the gym for the first time, right? But you've been going for a few times. Now you start looking in the mirror and you start feeling more confident because you put the reps in, because you remain consistent, because you was in the environments, because you did what it is that you needed to do. And it is the exact same thing. So for 2026, if I can encourage you to do absolutely anything, it will be to bet on yourself. It will be to 1000% bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. Get in close proximity to someone that is doing exactly what it is that you want to do. Get the information and apply the information and stick with it long enough to see the fruits of your labor. The problem is that we don't want to stick with it long enough to actually see the results. Right? We get frustrated. Oh, I don't want to do this. Oh, I don't want to follow a structure. I don't want to, whatever the I don't want to's are, the thing that you don't want to do is literally keeping you from having the life that you say that you want. And for me to have a $1,000, $800 day, $500 day, $300 day in one income stream, and I have multiple, that level of not having to worry if, God forbid, something happens to the car, God forbid, like, shit, what if you just want to travel all year and you don't want to have to worry about your expenses? That freedom of like having an emergency fund, that freedom of being able to give your children whatever it is that they ask for without you having to think, damn, I gotta rob Peter to pay Paul, right? That cycle of that freedom of not having to only rely on one check to pay your bills, there's nothing, absolutely nothing like it. So that has really been what I have been up to, and a lot of what has been going on, not all of it. I do plan to be more consistent over here on this platform. I am a little inundated. I am a little I'm busy with everything going on, but I don't want to leave you guys hanging. I am going to try to post at least once a week on this platform. And I want you guys to do something for me. I want you to put down in the comments below what you would like to see me talk about on this page, because I know that like this page has evolved so many different times. We still primarily talk about digital marketing, but what is it that you want to talk about? Whether it's life, love, digital marketing, business, whatever it is, just put it down in the comments below. I love you guys so much. I thank you guys for being here, for subscribing, and all of the things. And I will see you on the next video. Bye, guys. Hey, so if you have made it to this point of the video, I just want you to know that although I can't physically see you, I see you. I see that you want to be able to have a life where you have your freedom. I know you want to have autonomy and agency over your life. I know you want to travel more. I know you want to fix your credit. I know you want to buy a house if you are not in the house. You might want to remodel or redecorate your house. For whatever it is that you want to do, you know that you need an additional stream of income, and you know that you need to be doing something different. And if you only have one source of income, you are playing a very risky game. I want you to know that I was you. I was at a place where I was afraid, I was insecure, I didn't feel confident, like all of the things that you are feeling and questioning, like, is this truly possible for me? And I want you to know that it 1000% unequivocally is possible for you as well. Okay, I am opening up some slots to do a one-on-one call. We'll stay on a call for 2 hours and we'll talk through what you want to do and what I have done and how I can literally give you the strategy based on the things that have worked for me to be able to achieve the level of success that you want to achieve. I invite you to click the link down in my description box below, and let's make 2026 your year together. Bye, guys.